Hey guys, Society Reviews here with my review of the film Madam Web. When you look at who's on the lowest rung in the totem pole in the world of superhero cinema, without question Sony has to be the lowest on the list. There's only one word to describe the Sony Spider-Man universe: abhorrent. Ever since negotiating with Disney in the MCU, Sony has turned out one craptastic superhero film after another. 2017 saw the critically panned Venom movie get released in the movie theaters, a film that turned one of Marvel's most iconic villains into a buddy cop comedy with Tom Hardy. Things somehow got even worse a couple of years later with Venom: Let There Be Carnage, a film that somehow managed to screw up both Venom and Carnage simultaneously in one of the biggest cinematic disasters in superhero history. Just when you think it couldn't get any worse, here comes Morbius, a film that is so bad it managed to bomb at the box office twice. Let's be very clear, if Sony didn't have the film rights to Spider-Man, there'd be a lot of executives in that studio flipping burgers at Jack in the Box right now. A cinematic universe that never got off the ground is trying again to win over audiences with another obscure comic book character from the Spider-Man Rogue Gallery. This time, we're bringing in Madam Web. After sitting through 2 hours of this movie, Madam Web deserves all the heat it's going to receive. The film starts with Dakota Johnson as Cassandra Webb, a New York City EMT who lives alone with her cat and doesn't have any romantic prospects or relationship with anyone who could be considered her family. One day, Cassandra begins to see visions of the future but can't understand what is triggering them and how she's receiving them. She discovers that a superpower villain in a black suit is going around hunting down 3 teenage girls trying to take their lives. Ezekiel Sims discovered that these 3 girls are going to become superheroes in the near future. So in order to prevent this fate from happening, he must kill the girls as they're teenagers to prevent his own future. And the only person with the foresight to stop him is Cassandra. For a film with an $80 million production budget, Madam Web is one of the most Bush League superhero films of all time. Porn parodies and mockbusters literally have better acting in their films than this $80 million Sony superhero film. The first 5 minutes tells you everything that you need to know about this movie. The acting is so bad, it's almost as if the editors accidentally put the wrong takes into the movie and never corrected their mistakes. The dialogue in this film is abysmal. Early on in this film, you have Dakota Johnson and Adam Scott driving in an ambulance with a woman who is actively dying, and both actors are treating the severity of this situation as if it's an episode of Seinfeld. No situational awareness in this scene, and the actors are treating the scene with complete indifference. This is a movie that has not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 screenwriters. Asking the question, how many idiots does it take to screw in a light bulb? The answer is not less than it takes to require to write this movie. The camera work in this movie is jarring to the point where you can almost see the camera itself moving on a dolly while shaking abruptly. Not even Rudy Ray Moore's camera work was this amateur. For those looking for the superhero action to save face, you're going to be sorely disappointed because none of these actresses actually appear in their costumes throughout the movie. The only scene that we see them in costume is visions of the future. Not even Madam Web herself have her iconic costume in this film, meaning that this trailer lied to you about virtually everything that was going to happen in this movie. Audiences are going to be baited and switched in the worst possible way when it comes to this film. All you have left here is a film that is so bad, people are going to be giving in handwritten apologies to Morbius for all the memes that they created over the last 2 years. If Sony executives aren't flipping burgers now, they deserve to be. I give this film a 0 out of 5.